Here's how to do data validation and conditional formatting in a spreadsheet. So I have my spreadsheet that I'm using, and I basically want to force an answer, and I also want to create a strong visual like you see over here on the side by the tweets. So I'm going to ask about attending a conference. The first thing I want to do stylistically is change my header here, my heading here. So I'm going to click on this, I'm going to go up to the bucket, and I'm going to make that orange. I'm going to go to bold, and I'm going to change my color to white. And then what I could do is I could grab this and drag it, but it's easier to just double click on the line and it will automatically adjust to what's in the cell. So especially if you have a lot of items and you want to adjust all the cell size, what you can do is just double click and it will adjust automatically for you. Another thing that you are seeing pop up here is I have a note. I inserted a note into cell F at the top. And inserting a note saves you from having those bulky paragraphs showing up. So all you do is click in the cell where you want to insert the note and go up to Insert and go to Note. And then afterwards you'll see that little black triangle in the corner, and that lets people know that there's a note there. So back to my column G, I'm going to use my Shift key and I'm going to grab the cells that I want to work in. And then I'm going to go up to Data and then Validation. And from criteria in the list from a range, I want to choose list of items, and I'm going to put yes, comma, no. So those are their two choices that I'm limiting them to. And then you notice there's a little arrow, drop down arrow now. And when you click on the arrow, you choose yes or no. The other thing that I want to do is I want to apply some conditional formatting because I think there's strong visual appeal. So I'm going to select my cells, I'm going to go up to Format, and I'm going to go to Conditional Formatting. And then over on the right, you see the rules. You see what cells, the range that you're applying. And I'm going to format cells if the text contains, and this one's going to be yes. And then I'm going to just go to the bottom and I'm going to say with a yes, I want it to be green. And I'm going to go ahead and make that bold, but I'm going to leave it black. Otherwise I can change the font text color here. I'm going to click Done, and I could have added a new rule right then, but I decided I want to add a new rule. I'm going to do the same thing. If the text contains, this time it's going to be no. And I'm going to make that red, and I am going to change my font color to white. I'm going to say I'm done. So I'm going to go ahead and X out of this, and then I'm going to go back to column G, and now when I click on my arrow, if I choose yes, it's going to be green. If I choose no, it's going to be red. So I can see at a glance who's going, who's not going. And then one other thing, you'll notice at the bottom here, my tabs are all named, and there's a little color line for sort of separating them visually. All you have to do is click on the little arrow at the tab, and then you can rename it or you can change that color. And there you go.